Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will Gregley here at the Deep State Chronicle. You notice I'm not wearing my respirator now, even though I'm out in the field. Happen to be at a beautiful park here in Pinellas County, Taylor Park, by the lake. Well, not exactly by the lake. I'm close to the entrance, actually. As it turns out that as a lot of things are getting closed around here, one of the few things left to do is go to the park. Today I'm seeing the park be quite a bit busier than I'm used to seeing it. And as well, people are becoming increasingly more and more agitated and more aggressive. In fact, I just got into an altercation with someone who threatened to fight me. And I pulled the Eagles talent out on him. I did, I had to. This person was coming up at me. He said he wanted to fight me. And I said, all right, you keep coming. You're gonna get stuck. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna stab you to fucking death. Do not come near me. Had to tell him 5 times to stay the fuck away from me. He wouldn't do it. Until I pulled out a weapon and showed him I was serious. Which brings me to my next point. If you don't have any weapons, you need to have some. Like, this is not the time to be flimsy about your self-defense. Unfortunately, I'm bringing this up now. It's not exactly what I wanted to talk about. First point. All of the gains made by the Dow Jones Industrial Complex from the election of Donald Trump almost 4 years ago, gone. Completely gone. Wiped off the floor. In fact, trading was halted, I believe, twice today on the stock market floor. And they may as well have stopped trading at 2 today, 1 or 2, because that's where the market closed. The market closed pretty much at where they were at 2 p.m., even though they had a slight gain. No matter what, the market's behind. This is the end of America, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say. This really and truly and seriously is the end of the United States of America. It's the end of the world as we know it. I've said it before, I'll say it again, you know. Donald Trump is declaring, the Defense Production Act. Hey, that's big news. That's a big deal. That means that the authorization has been made for the Army Corps of Engineers to roll out, begin building field hospitals. Some of the first steps being made, obviously, are being that the Mercy. I know I'm familiar with the Mercy, and the come on, Will, you remember this? Two naval hospital ships are now about to be stationed right off the coast of New York. And one of those ships is actually being repositioned from way out on the west coast where the Pacific Fleet is at this time to achieve this end. Here in Pinellas County, let me make sure I get a little bit of a local focus in. Some really strange and unusual times. The Department of Corrections, the prison system here, will not intake any more inmates. They will not accept any more inmates into any of the prisons here in the state of Florida, and as a result, Pinellas County Jail, where I happen to be at, is now, quote, at capacity, according to Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, who went on to describe in the same sentence that there were people sleeping on the floor in the county jail. That to me isn't at capacity, that's over capacity. Regardless of what someone may have done, they shouldn't have to sleep on the cold, hard concrete floor. Of course, I've been to Pinellas County Jail before. Again, tried, but never convicted. Still had to go through all that, and Pinellas County Jail is really terrible. Some of the worst food out of any of the jails here in Florida. In fact, you'll notice that, or you'll know if you've been around here, and I'm one to tell you, pretty much all you have to eat is slop. There's nothing really solid that they feed you in Pinellas County Jail, which is terrible. Evictions are now being effectively halted until the 20th of April. I expect that probably to go on or continue. That is, or maybe who knows, maybe the United States will be collapsed by then, because in about 7 to 14 days we will be on par to look like Italy looks now. This is no good, and I expect that maybe by Sunday, really could be tomorrow, But I expect by Sunday, especially because of the date 3/22, that we'll be under a full-scale, full national lockdown here in the United States. It's getting out of hand, really seriously getting out of hand, and I hope everyone out there is doing okay. Everyone is getting the preparations they need out of the way and in order. I hope your loved ones are with you on this. I have suddenly come into some struggle here. It's kind of consistent, actually. The level of agitation going up, it's kind of uniform and consistent throughout wherever I'm at. Whether I'm way down in St. Petersburg, I happen to have just hiked 20 miles by bike to get to where I'm at now. I have another 10 miles to finish my mission for the one way anyway, to get all the way up into Clearwater. I have a meeting with other members of the resistance today. Names and call signs will not be mentioned in this video. We'll go ahead and disclose that at a later time. But again, I'm Will Gregley. You're watching the Deep State Chronicle. Seriously, I hope everyone out there is doing fine and that you're getting your preparations in order and out of the way. Like I said, not the time to fool around. The window is closing. It's time to get on the wall, as I would say. Good luck, everyone out there. I'm going to go ahead and get back to my mission now. Wishing you all the best.